This is Hoodies.
You subscribe to my pod?
Do I subscribe to you? I do not.
So you can't interview me then.
Word. Okay. Whew. Yo, I had plant-based, I guess you could say plant-based hot dog earlier. Put some sauerkraut and some relish on it. Psh, man, it was good. But the gas I just put out a minute ago, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Y'all don't want to be here. Man, the good thing there's no such thing as smell-o-vision. Because, oh my goodness. I'm actually impressed with this. This is, oh my goodness. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. But anyway, let's go ahead and start this thing. Some TMI. But check it. Let's just go ahead and start this thing, man. So, welcome back to another dope session of Footies the Podcast. I'm the host, the God Rashidi, coming at you live from the Skill Suite. Or maybe not so live, but we coming at you. Take that with you. You know what I'm saying? So, look, here we are. What is this, May? I thought the cool weather was done. Apparently it's not. I guess the cool weather had to come through and, you know what I'm saying, and do what it needed to do, say what it needed to say before it's out of here permanently. So, hey, for this state to be named Virginia is correct because it's hot and cold, hot and cold. You know what I'm saying? Check it. So listen, right? This chair that I'm sitting in, matter of fact, this whole suite, you know what I'm saying? It's a place where I make money. You know, my livelihood is attached to it. I make money with this chair. I make money in this suite. This suite also doubles as a podcast studio where I can just kind of vent and do my thing and just talk some shit. You know, just do what I do. Right. This is not about a chair. Right. This is not even about the trade of barbering. What this is about is I've noticed that out of all the people's hair that I cut in this very chair, and this is like a big boy chair too. There's levels to barber chairs. You got those chairs, which are cool. You know what I'm saying? And then you got this one. You know what I'm saying? A more expensive chair. The other chair is a big boy chair too, but again, there's levels to this. Again, this is not about barber chairs, right? What I'm saying is out of all the people's hair that I cut, right, I noticed that the folk who sit in my chair who really have some coin, those people are some of the most frugal people that you will ever meet. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones who you be somewhere shopping, say at a supermarket or whatever, or if they're having a conversation about the price of milk or something like that. Those are the ones that you always hear like, oh shit, that's $5.99. Man, whoo, that's expensive. Oh no, I can't do that. I'm gonna go to such and such place and see what their prices are. Those are some of the most frugal people that you will ever meet in your life. Their relationship with money is so much more serious than anybody else's whose haircuts that I do, right? And I've also noticed that, with the exception of a few, I've also noticed that the folk you see with expensive things or flashy things, this, that, and the third, their relationship with money is not so good. Those are the ones who are always quick to splurge, you know what I'm saying, and buy things that they really can't afford. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about. You've seen folk who live extremely modest, if you want to call it that. You know what I'm saying? But got some of the most expensive shit. From sneakers to clothing to jewelry. You know what I'm saying? And I've also noticed that people with dough, you don't really know that they got dough. I've seen brothers who, you know, dig off in their pocket if they're using cash. People usually use mostly plastic these days, but if they're using cash, I always notice that all their big bills are like on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, It's just loose change. And this is just a 5, right? So imagine it's being like some 20s, 50s, and maybe a couple hundreds. They would fold the big bills on the inside to where all you see is just the ones and whatnot. It'd be a big fat joint, but all you see is just, the ones. Extremely frugal with their money, right? And what I've gathered from that, at least for myself, is that every time folk with some dough, some real coin, when they start to speak, especially about money, I shut up and I listen. I shut my black ass up and I shut the fuck up and listen. You know what I'm saying? When they start talking about EFTs and things of that nature, I listen. They in that position for a reason. It's one thing to get money. It's one thing to make the money. It's another thing to keep the money. You know what I'm saying? The older that I get, well, we all get older, but the older I get, I'll be 50. This is May, June, July. Man, in July, I'll be the big 50, right? Hey, old, as far as I'm concerned, old is the goal. Old is the goal. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to die young. The only way, if I have a choice in the matter, of course, that I'm good with dying young is if it's for like, if somebody tries to violate my civil rights or the civil rights of somebody who's near me. The way I'm built, I'm not about to let that happen. So I'll go ahead and that's worth giving my life over. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't just about to be no soft, frivolous bullshit that I'm giving my life for. So as far as anything outside of my civil rights being violated, I'm gonna die for that. Okay, I'm not about to die on my knees. That's not about to happen. Fuck it, I'm out of here. Deuces, I'm gone. Right? Anything outside of that, I'm not doing it. I'm not risking my freedom or my life for it. Old is the goal. That's some gangster shit. To be pushing 80 something, 90 something, grandkids, great grandkids. You done built you a big, huge family. That's some G shit to me. Old is the goal. But anyway, this isn't about age either, right? This is about how the older I get, you know what I mean? You got to start thinking about, when I don't want to spin the chair anymore. When I don't want to cut no more. When I'm tired of standing behind this chair, spinning this chair. You know what I'm saying? I got some things in place, but keep it funky with you. I'm not in a spot where I can just stop working right now and be good. You know what I'm saying? Listen to the folk who's got some coin. Some people don't be one. Oh man, I don't want to. Ain't nobody want to hit it now. You should listen. Listen to them. You know what I'm saying? Because saying things like, well, hey, things will get better. No, nothing ever just gets better. Well, things will work out. No, they don't. Things don't just work out. You know what I'm saying? What you don't do today, 10 years from now, that thing is still not done. Things don't just work out. It'll all come together. No, it won't. No, it won't. It'll come together if you put forth the effort to make it so. Other than that, nah, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to plan for retirement. And you know what? It just dawned on me. This episode, man, it's probably not even about folk with coin. It just hit me that this episode it's about fear. I fear, this is taking a crazy turn. I fear that if I don't get my shit together financially, you know what I mean? Now, with me working and doing my thing, and I've got products that I sell and things of that nature, I've pretty much established myself with a decent amount of clientele. A very, very decent amount of clientele. But I'm not in a position to where I can walk away from this and be okay and be good. I'm not. But again, about the fear. I fear that I'm going to be the old dude working in the produce section because I have to work. Because I got to work. The old dude working in Golden Corral, wiping tables. That's a fear of mine. You know what I'm saying? That is a fear. Wow. I don't want to be that guy. That's why every time I see folk waiting tables, things of that nature, I think to myself, wow, I wonder if he or she is doing this because they're retired and, don't want to sit at home, so they want to be active, so boom, they do this. Or if they're here because they have to, because they got to be here. Right? And I also believe that that is a huge part of why folk with some coin are very frugal. Very damn, $9.99? Man, damn, that's expensive. And those who don't have a good relationship with money is like, nigga, you got the money. Fuck you talking about? That's the mentality of folk with a bad relationship with money. All most of us know is just to spend it. Spend that shit. You know what I'm saying? On a bunch of shit that we don't need. Some of us got health concerns. Or if we don't have health concerns, we haven't had a checkup in a decent amount of time. Ain't been to see a dentist in a decent amount of time. But yet, listen, I've seen some real fat motherfuckers, and I'm not making fun of anybody, but I've seen some real big dudes and women, right? With the cleanest, crispest J's on. The cleanest, crispest, expensive, the Balenciagas or whatever you call them. I don't wear them. And jewelry, Gucci belt, Louis Vuitton belt, something, Chanel, you know what I mean? Something expensive, an expensive bag, hat, clothing, the whole nine. Right? And they big as a house or their health is real shitty. You know what I'm saying? I've seen some real fresh, sloppy looking people. Fresh than a motherfucker, but they health look like trash. Now, I'm on the outside looking in. Poor relationship with money. You know what I'm saying? There's folks spending money on vacations, you know what I'm saying, over their own health. You know what I'm saying? When folk with coin talk, especially about money, listen to them. Listen to every word. Grab your phone, go to your notes, and start writing some of that stuff down. You know what I'm saying? What is the EFT? How do I get started? Where should I go? Can I go to my bank? Can they accommodate me? What is a secured credit card? You know what I'm saying? So I can build my credit and make some shit pop off. You know what I mean? Because my demographic who watch me on YouTube, TikTok, even Instagram, because every now and then I check the analytics to see who's watching, who's listening, how are they watching it. And so a lot of you who's watching this right now, you're probably not there. You're probably not as old as me. You're probably not there. So maybe that's not a concern of yours. When you young, you feel invincible. You feel me? You feel like you got mad time. And don't get me wrong, 50, there's still a decent amount of time left. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you one thing, my goal of falling back and retiring at 55, if I'm being realistic, that ain't gonna happen. And there's a fear there, wondering when will I be able to let it go. You know what I'm saying? Steps have been made, no doubt. but I need more steps. A few more steps. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Shout out to the folk with some coin. Not cause you got some coin, but because there's a lot to be learned. And I ain't talking about folk with coin that's tricking off this, that, and the third. No. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about those who are set. Shout out to everybody who's retired right now. Who's retired and living pretty decent. Pretty well. The quality of life is pretty decent. They can still manage to keep up with, some of the same stuff. I don't know about some of the same stuff, but they're still able to travel at least once a year, sometimes more. At least, I'm going to say twice a year. You know what I'm saying? Still able to, your bills are being met, your bottom line is being met, your ends are meeting. Shout out to the folk that's retired. I got a few of those too, a few clients who's retired. You know what I'm saying? Living pretty decent. Life is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Some of them there's one of my clients who's retired, an older brother, of course, and he works for this I want to say auto parts establishment, and shoot, he just works like half day. Just go there. They got stuff for him to drop off at different stores, and he does that. He's off by noon. You know what I'm saying? Weekends off. So yeah, shout out to them, man. Because once again, nothing just works out. Nothing. You got to work to make it so. You got to make moves to make it so. Yeah. And that's about all I got, man. That's about all that's on my mind today. Yeah. Y'all been watching the playoffs? Pretty decent, right? Y'all been watching. Y'all know. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks and the Pacers, that series is tied. Knicks fans are pretty quiet right now. Be careful. Be careful. And I know y'all can't wait to use injuries as an excuse for your demise. Not saying that that's going to happen, but be careful. Be very careful. And I'm only saying it because, see, I like the Knicks. I like the Knicks a lot, actually. But one of my clients got to talking crazy. And so for that, they got to fall. So this is one of those situations of where the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I don't really like the Pacers like that. I like Tyrese Halliburton. I like him. However, I'm not a big fan of the Indiana Pacers. But since they're playing the Knicks, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I hope the Pacers beat the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's the playoffs. Don't talk reckless. Not to me. No. The Denver Timberwolves series is tied. I don't even know what to call on that one. Might go 7 games. I don't even know now. I thought the Timberwolves was going to whoop ass, sweep them. Nah, it's not going to happen like that. And the OKC and Dallas series, it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. I still can't call that one either. I like the OKC. I like them young bulls. Shy and the rest of them. I like them. I like that squad. You know what I'm saying? But then again, I like the Mavs. Kyrie Irving, man, the brother's a wizard with the ball. A wizard. So yeah, man. Playoffs are pretty decent this year. Like I said last pod, I still believe Boston will be coming out the East. We up 2-1 with the Cavs. I figured that was gonna happen. Remember when I said that last episode? I said that Boston likes to play with their kill, and it happened. We played with their kill and it ran off, but we getting it right. So that series is 2-1. I expect Boston to make it out of that. And if the Pacers do what they supposed to do, then we'll be playing them and then send their asses home in the Eastern Conference Finals. So yeah, man. Mike Tyson will be fighting soon. I'm actually looking forward to that. Tank will be fighting soon. I'm looking forward to that especially. So yeah, man. That's about all I got though. That's about all I got. I want to thank y'all once again for watching Hoodies. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your comments and shares. You know what I'm saying? All of that. Thank you for the love. Thank you. Thank you for the subs, the likes, and all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stay up. It's good to be back. See y'all next time. All right? I'm the guy Rashidi. And this is Hoodies. Alright? Peace. Hey.
Here.
You subscribe? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
This is Hoodies. Word. Dope, the affirmation is fucking amazing. I weed it, rub my back in the war, cause I'm so fucking brazen.